Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Darren Jones is the Chief Secretary to the Treasury. He was the one who was ultimately the top official responsible when Tulip Sadiq was there. And he was on the Today programme this morning and he was talking about the whole Tulip Sadiq affair. And I think he's gone insane. Or he's just deliberately lying. Or he's really stupid. Or all three. You have this soft touch, I suppose, fact-finding mission from Laurie Magnus. And he was saying that the very start of that investigation kind of put the pressure onto Tulip Sadiq, and that nobody foresaw the optical problems of calling something that was just merely a little oversight glance. We're just making sure everything's okay. And it all got blown out of proportion. No. The charges, the charges against her from the Bangladeshi government is what started this. Not somebody's, just have a quick look. Oh, no, everything's going to be fine. But arranged in such a way that it was always going to be fine had it come to an end. Now, I personally think that this must continue. She must be fully investigated as a security breach, if nothing else. But he didn't know if she was wrong when she threatened the Daily Mail for reporting it. The Daily Mail originally said about her house given to her, blah, 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 and all this. Oh, I'm going to threaten you. I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue you for telling this. And then the Daily Mail pointed out, no, actually, we've got the receipts. Look, it's real. You can sue us. Please do. We'll happily go to court. And then she went, grumpily didn't. Now, he couldn't say that was wrong, even though it clearly was. She clearly was on the wrong end of that one. But he tried defending her there. He says the new independent process that they use when ministers become ministers for declaration, declaring what they have and their interest in things, clearly worked because she put down this thing here and that thing there. Clearly didn't work because there was a whole load of other stuff that she didn't put down. And of course, if there's any action on that, it's up to the Prime Minister to start the action, he said, and the Prime Minister didn't feel it was necessary. Well, of course, he didn't feel it was necessary to start the action on his friend whose family he stays with at their expense. And this woman who helped him become an MP in the first place. He didn't start the action. I wonder why. He said there was no suggestion. He said there was no suggestion of any impropriety or wrongdoing. Really? No suggestion? The charges, magically appeared out of thin air? The magic house that she'd quite forgotten. I owned a £700,000 house in London. Please. And then he went on and tried to defend Starmer. And he said, it's not fair. The press are attacking Starmer for hiring her. Well, yes, he hired her. His friend and relative of the dictator, who has been under investigation for years. And he hired her 6 months ago. Bullshit, he didn't know. He knows the family. So, yes, it is his judgment that's questioned. But apparently it's not fair to question his judgment. What a load of old tosh. And he then went on to say, well, I'm sure once this distraction blows over, the multiple murders beside, the fact that there's murders, the fact that there is mass fraud, mass embezzlement, property, there's money laundering. You don't know where that leads to. Crime, punish, terrorism, drugs. You don't know. But this distraction will soon wash over. And he reckons he'll be welcoming her back into government anytime soon. Don't count on it, sunshine. She'll be languishing in a Bangladeshi prison. That's far too good for her. He did say, though, that it was right for her to step down because it gave her a chance to fight to prove her innocence. You don't need to prove your innocence. They have to prove your guilt. The fact she stood down, it's a clear indication in my mind that there is much to be guilty about. Who knows? No smoke without fire. But it is weird, isn't it? How can this man stand there with a straight face and say all these things? He's obviously a glove puppet. So much for the independent civil service. This man has got Keir Starmer's arm up to his elbow, shoved right up his arse, and is operating his mouth. It's clear. Any old ho, there we go. What do we expect? Labour through and through, isn't it? Full of corruption, full of crooks, full of perverts. And now you're getting the civil service trying to defend it as well. Deary me. Thanks a lot. Bye.